Hello everyone, Simon here back with another gameplay commentary video. I'll be doing this one on mobile. We have a couple of anime related articles. So if you're not, please hit the like subscribe button, helps out the channel. And let's get into it, shall we? Okay. Western localizers insert mansplaining reference into the English release of The Dangers in My Heart. It seems like Western localizers desire to force more modern more identity politic buzzwords into the Japanese works, showing no signs of slowing down. Fans recently discovered that the reference to the concept of mansplaining was forced into the English release of both the manga and the anime Dangers of My Heart, a subsequent anime adaptation. Written and illustrated by Sakura, Dangers in My Heart follows the story of Koruto Ichikawa, an angry, vengeful young man who's regularly fantasizes about taking out his frustration with society by murdering his classmate, in particular, resident beauty Anna Yamada. However, after striking up a friendship with Anna and discovering that she's less fake than stereotypes, stereotypes regarding her social position, who implied Kyoto finds with his anger slowly giving away to romantic feelings his once would-be victim. Making the Japanese debut in Akata Shinto's weekly shonen Champion magazine in 2018, The Dangers in My Heart manga was brought to the West in 2021, courtesy of Seven Seas Entertainment. Meanwhile, the anime adaptation was in production by Doraemon Studios. Shine E Animation is currently being simulcast to English-speaking audience thanks to the license deal with Sentai Filmworks. Fortunately, said for the audience, like many mangas and anime recent years, neither the versions of Dangers in My Heart made it to the Western unscathed. As it discovered by fans, both Seven Seas Entertainment and Sentai Works have both injected their reference to mansplaining in their respected release of the series. And reference to the question is made depicting the manga's 46th chapter, the anime's 10th episode, while Kaya and Anna are enjoying each other's company during a Christmas shop date. However, the offering is explained according to become self-conscious and embarrassed, then realize that he's been both explaining basic fashion things and to a pro model and taking a break from their shopping spree and relaxing at a hipster cafe. Anna asks her about his taste in black clothing, which is a response relating the fashionist philosophy to the young model. Upcoming Upon realizing that Cody proceeds to self-consciously tells the screw-up point he made a claim during the date with the explanation of fashion choice, setting his mind up. Then, seconds after egregious act, having her order his meal for him. According to the translation, the chapter provides an established fan group board of Boredom Society, which aimed to close Sucker's work. Possible occurred originally described his babbling as bizarre fashion theory. However, in the Seven Seas version, Curtis is instead described the same dig against his appeal as mansplaining fashion. Oh, why can't these people actually just stick to the original script and make translate the anime correctly instead of injecting their woke nonsense into it? The same wording would be likewise used by the Sentai Filmworks who replaced Koto's intentional realization. Did I just give myself a bizarre take on fashion theory to a pro model with the line, what? Did I start mansplaining fashion to a little pro model in the local?
Thanks.
Did I mansplain fashion to a pro model in their localization? In the wake of the edit discovered by fans, Japanese Twitter user Ray Focus Gaming confirmed that the Boredom Society translator was more accurate to Sager's original work as anti-localization and by extension, Seven Seas as Japanese can testify fans manga version translator is more correct than the anime version. Wow. They declare that there's no gender related term in Japanese and in the original context, therefore mansplaining is a mistranslation. Of course it is. I suspect that someone inserted their own political agenda into the mistranslation. Yes, of course they did. Further lending further credence to Rayforce Gaming's theory that followed Twitter users, Tomahaku revealed that the Shanghai-based streaming service Bilibili had provided their views with a more accurate translation of Kira's freakout, which is troubled young man exclaims that I'm spouting my dumb fashion theories to a professional model of all people. Wow, if a Chinese streaming platform such as Bilibili can do a hell of a lot better of a translation, then why can't these? Oh, never mind. I answered my own question. Increasingly roughly 5 days ago, the after the localization was brought to public attention, Twitter Nolock 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 found out that Sentai Filmworks have actually updated the episode's English subtitles with the no longer making any sense translation instead of questioning. Did I start explaining fashion to the mom? Okay, why didn't you stick with that in the first place? As of writing, either Sentai Filmworks nor Seven Entertainments have offered a public comment on the respective mistranslation of the Dangers in My Heart further, while Sentai Filmworks has corrected their translation. It is currently unknown if Seven Seas will take any steps to do the same. No, they'll sweep it under the rug like nothing happened. That's what's going to definitely happen. Uh, let's put that article out of the way. We're going to move on to the next one. And yes, all my articles will be linked down below in the description. So, uh, excuse me. In the next article on anime is Western critics outraged in the upcoming rom-com My Tiny Senpai dares to appeal to the male audience. Oh no! In a wave of outrage, um, those who focus those who face such previous rom-com series. Don't Tour With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I seen it. It's actually pretty good. Decent series. I love them. And Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. Western critics have yet again wiped themselves into a frenzy over the fact that the male audience is a major target, an audience in the upcoming anime My Tiny Senpai. And may I remind you that the manga creator of this series is female? Let that sink in. Based on the titular manga series by female mangaka Sayuko or Sayo, and is set to be produced by Love After World Domination Studios, Project 9. My Tiny Senpai follows the story of Tomoka Takayumi or Takayama Shinzoaki, uh, a fledgling office worker who finds himself taken under the wing of his senior co-worker Shiori Katsuki, and although Shiro claims that her attention to entire development as part of her duties as senior, the adorable short-stacked slowly finds that her work has become, and maybe as well along nothing more than an excuse to find her to interact with the object of her affections. I'll actually enjoy this series. I can't wait for this. Unsurprisingly, the more fact that the series is there to feature a story that could be classified as a male fantasy as enough to draw ear from Western critics, many whom took to social media in their wake. By Tiny Senpai debuted the voice in their outrage and let loose their usual brand of misery. Misery or yeah. Okay, so these wackos who complained about it is upset that a female manga artists won't appeal to their sensibilities. How How unsurprising that is. That's actually pretty funny. Uh, the article continues. You can call this a good representation for short women with big bazongas. All you want, to, all you want, but now you know the good faith that the people making and watching does not give a fuck about actual women. They continued. They re- that this is entirely made for people with frequent lowly with huge boobs tag on pixies. Hmm. That's because maybe these short run, big gazongas are actually real. But that I pretty much every time anime fish fulfillment disagree with me, there's been a pretty huge imbalance of being more targeted with loser guys compared to loser girls. Likewise, where man's targeted men when the girls is most distinctive personality traits being short, stubborn, and temper and having boobs. I'm sorry, but you can totally enjoy this. It's cool they added, but it's so obvious started because I assure you, most women don't want to watch this type of stuff. Actually, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Not everyone is like this. The part where she says, but it's so obvious targeted to men because I can assure you, most women don't want to watch this type of stuff. I can pretty much guarantee you that there are women who would actually watch this and who likes anime. Dismissing the series' entire premise just because the features smaller women, Cold Flame 96 on Twitter. This would probably be cute if it wasn't clearly meant to be a fetish. And why can't straight men do normal stuff? Be normal about women for once. That's funny. Some even took things to step further and began to explain that is under 5'5", and thanks to the series' anime style, is bears a childlike appearance, and she is minor coded. Thus, anyone who is attracted to them is being eroile. Eroile. Short businesswomen exist. We know damn fucking well why you're all actually watching this garbage. Mind. I like short men, but I like it when they're not reduced to short acts of childish and blah blah blah. Ugh. The article states, love the you never seen a woman replies defending gender. Everyone, okay, you know what? This is just BS. Uh, they oddly attempt to gatekeep a body type from being depicted in an entire nation. Grown women being short are real. Yeah, I don't want Japan depicting us. Personally, I think it's hard to believe that they're trying to cater to that kind of audience. I'd actually love to see this tweet. My Johnny Senpai scheduled to begin its new job on July 1st as of writing. Wow. So just next month, this series is going to drop. Nice. I'll be watching it. Uh, let's see. The final article will be on One Piece, the creator of One Piece. Okay, so let's get into it. After Netflix's infamous misleading of Cowboy Bebop, fans experienced expectations started streaming and servers upcoming adaptation of One Piece are presumably low in hopes of easing the series. Ichiro Oda's recent shared personal message of optimism in the live action seminal manga. To ease the fans, creator himself posted a message not only with an update on One Piece live action, but also the executive producer personally involvement with Netflix and Tomorrow Studios. The original upload by Oda in Japanese before being translated by Netflix official Twitter account opened the message by recalling the overall experience with the executive producer on the live action series. I've been working with Tomorrow Studios and Netflix for quite some time and wrote the mangaka. Even though I understand each other, each character, and we obviously come before different cultures. So when it comes to entertainment, we have different codes, skill sets, and aims. Sometimes it can be frustrating on both sides. He felt like trying to get the same place. We're not at the same wavelength, he added. And there's even times where I thought as a foreign production is possible. At the end, at the end, he declared that nothing might this might seem as coming out of nowhere, but we've been hard at work the entire time, and now every entity involved is working in sync. We're finally here. Quite frankly, if you have the main guy who does the actual manga in cahoots with Netflix, I consider this a win. Oda then confessed that considering my expected lifespan, I believe that my last chance to bring One Piece to the entire world, hinting that unlike the manga, we had no contingency plan to ensure the quality of the live action series and events. God forbid premature passing, the manga revealed if we're going to do it, I want to be able to do it within my life, within while I'm still active. That's why I agreed to the live action adaptation back in 2016. Since then, he has committed to ensure that the research production. He explained that before assuring fans that it announced that the show will launch in 2023, but they've promised that they won't launch until I'm satisfied. Yep. Closing his uh, message, and optimistic Oda ultimately exclaimed that the entire cast and crew, spanning various countries, have bring the love of One Piece. They bring their passion. I reminded everyone involved that this should be fun, and he affirmed that the final process of finishing all 8 episodes will be setting sail soon. Hmm. Per a line scriptly provided by executive bounding into comics early. Okay, so yeah, apparently the head guy of the One Piece series is going to be working with them, and I'm all for it. This stems due to the fact that you had mishandlings such as the Dragon Ball Z movie back in 20, back in the early 2000s, and you also had the botched Cowboy Bebop. So, yeah, that's about it. If you like this video, please subscribe and enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Zaron is out.